All right, Shalom. I want to start out by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto you. How about Shema Shah by Shema Kakwadash? Double honor to the apostle and elders of great millstone. Shalom to all that I came out there pushing the word of sincerity and in truth. Yeah, I just wanted to just add, uh, you know, a few words to the prophecies of the scriptures. Of course, we seeing, you know, the volume of the book, unfolding in real time. Disasters, which the prophecy already spoken, Luke the 21st chapter, like I say, second Ezra the 9th chapter, Matthew the 24th chapter, second Ezra the 15th, the 16th chapter. All throughout the scriptures speaks about devastating blows that's going to hit the world in these last coming days. All right, whether it's major animal die-offs, whether it's, like I say, natural disasters and tsunamis, typhoons, tornadoes, mudslides, the list goes on and on. Weather changes from a weird standpoint, so to speak, unsurreal weather changes. And like I say, one article is dealing with toxic algae out there in Florida. I was on the phone with my sister, and she was speaking about that. Right here in Georgia is just a state away. So you got this red tide, and we're going to jump straight into it. Red tide may recede in Tampa Bay, but worsen off uh, Peninsula beaches. Toxic algae have devastated local waters, killing immense numbers of fish and other sea life. Some manatees have been found dead too. The latest red tide monitoring shows some improvement within Tampa Bay, officials say, but conditions are worsening for several Gulf beaches. Our area imagery is showing that the bloom has kind of transported out of the month over the last few days. Within the bay, it's night and day from a week ago, said Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission Executive Director Eric Sutton. However, the bloom has now moved. It's off the coast and it's expanded, and we've seen high bloom concentrations from Longboat Key up essential to Dunedin in that area. See if they got some images on here. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go back because this is a big thing that's going off, and you see these animal die-offs. Look at that red tide piles up dead fish on Florida beaches. Yeah, and it's a state of emergency, and we're gonna see a lot more of these state of emergencies taking place. A lot of these animals, your food supply being significantly cut short. It's been major recalls. I just seen that Tyson chicken. If I'm not mistaken, it was Tyson chicken. It was a major recall in that. You're going to have a lot of beef recalls. You're going to have beef shortages, meat shortages, vegetable shortages. All right. Your produce, certain foods, like I said, your food supply is going to be significantly cut. And that's going to go on all over the world because it's already written within the scriptures that famines is going to hit this side of the earth. You look at Venezuela, you'll look at these South American countries, and you'll see how they're being plagued. And basically, I was watching, the people were being reduced to eating foods that weren't even feasible. All right, like they were actually killing certain individuals' pets. All right, I seen some Northern Kingdom actually, over the fence, and they basically killed somebody's dog. Picked them up over the fence, and best believe they was gonna eat them. So we're in these times, man. Where food is scarce, and the little bit of food supply what's left, people are gonna run to that. Whether it's cats, dogs, gerbils, raccoons, squirrels, anything that they could actually sink their teeth in just to sustain their desires. All right, because one thing about a famine, and when you lack food and you're going on an extreme hunger frenzy, is your mind plays tricks on you, and your mind is damn near will eat anything in order to sustain. You know, in Masada in 70 A.D., it was written that certain individuals was actually eating boots. All right, same thing with if I'm not mistaken, it was the Weimar Republic with Deutschmark when they had the big collapse. If I'm not mistaken, I remember reading this that people were so jacked up that they was actually licking the plaster from off the walls. I remember that occurrence. All right, And the scriptures speak about plagues. All right, the scriptures speak about in the book of First Kings, which Lord willing I could get, when the famine hit, that they was eating dove's dung. All right, this is Exodus 7:18. And the fish that is in the river shall die, and the river shall stink. Plagues of Egypt. All right, it's written and it's coming to pass. That's why no other book can compare to this Bible, because it says the fish that is in the river shall die, and we're seeing these occurrences take place now. And the river shall stink, and the Egyptians shall loathe to drink the water of the river. Why are they going to hate the water of the river? Because their water supply is going to be compromised. Right. So these different banks and these big bodies of water, they're starting to show themselves to be really toxic. You know, so not only is your food supply going to be tainted and it's not going to be feasible for human consumption, also your water supply. All right. We're living in some cabin fever times. The movie Cabin Fever, if I'm not mistaken, was like the early 2000s that movie came out, and it was basically going into how the water supply was basically jacked up because people were dying in it, you know, and the people were basically being plagued. And if you were to, you know, drink of that water, then you would actually have a flesh-eating bacterial disease, basically, you know, and the people were dying off, you know, little by little. They had individuals that lasted damn near the longest, and they were just drinking nothing but beers, but, you know, eventually they got knocked off. You know, so these are the plagues, man. These plagues of Yahweh Shemal Shah series, they're not to be batted at. You know, you don't bat the eye at these prophecies, you know, like they're not going to be, you know, marching at the front door of all these different countries, states, and cities near you. 2nd Ezra 15:9. And therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. Right, and this is modern day Egypt. This is the land that we've been held in bondage, you know, in captivity, forcefully against our will. And guess what? The same sentiment is being spoken of like in ancient Egypt. What was Moses mainly speaking about? Letting his people go. All right, and Pharaoh didn't want to let the Israelites go. So what happened? The Lord started plaguing ancient Egypt. You know, fast forward into modern time, this new Pharaoh, which is your presidents, they're not trying to let us go. All right, that's why they keep having all these different stimulus. They have stimulus checks, you know, child care credit. They're doing certain things just to appease you so that you'll feel comfortable in captivity. All right, but this is the time for us to get up out of here, man. Verse 11. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. So that's not talking about modern ancient Egypt, although modern Egypt is getting hit with plagues like ancient Egypt too. I was seeing a lot of locust outbreak that's going on in ancient Egypt. You know, it's a famine out there in ancient Egypt. I'm pretty sure they're having a lot of animal and livestock die-offs because, you know, Africa goes, you know, it be going through the ringer. But that's really talking about America, and really the whole world is going to suffer the plagues of ancient Egypt, man. All right, it's going to be a worldwide famine. It's not like if you're not in America, you might be in certain places in Asia and you're going to get a sustainable amount of food. Nah, the whole world is going to have to suffer this hunger. All right, and you have to have that mark of exemption in order to be protected from the judgment of the Lord. Whether it's the plague of famine, whether it's the pestilence outbreak, whether it's martial law. All right, judgment is going to, you know, come from all directions. So it says, and will destroy all the land thereof. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundations of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon them. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting and hail and with the fearful consolation. All right, so it don't matter if you know you have these producers that's trying to revamp the economy, you know, farmers and things of that nature, you know, looking to re-stimulate this place, and it's not going to work, man. That's why it tells you in the book of Isaiah, the 47th chapter, how we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. You know, take balm for her pain. This place is not designed to be healed. It's designed to go through this, CTD, that slope, that extreme slope, downwardly until it fully collapses. All right, Second Ezra 6:25. And there was a great famine in Samaria, and behold, they besieged it until an ass's head was sold for 80, which is 80 pieces of silver, and the forepart of a cab of dove's dung for 5 pieces of silver. Right. So when that famine takes place, you're gonna be surprised what on the market is gonna be the highest price commodities. Dog shit. All right. You know, the basic, whether it's dung, whether it's fish organs, bull eyes. Certain people are going to preserve the remnants, and they're going to sell this for top dollar. And you're going to have individuals paying top dollar for this, especially when the internet kill switch. You know, when the internet and all your your accessible devices are shut off with the lack of food and a lack of water, a lot of people are going to lose their wits, man. But us brothers in the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah, we understand we got to lean on the Lord, and the Lord will take care of us. All right, so I just wanted to, make it short and sweet going to this. See, it was, of course, a day ago. Them plagues of the prophecies, are hitting. They hitting hard. So I want to end by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Shema Shah, Shema Kakodash. Double honor to the apostle and elders, great millstone. Shalom Akim.